All right, today's first topic.
Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I'm female to male transgender, 4 years on testosterone and 3 years post-op top surgery.
I will say, until this person opens their mouth, you probably wouldn't guess.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't know what the rest of them look like, but I'm just saying. So, you transitioned.
And on top of the fact that I've heard some man with that voice. I have.
All right, well, glad you had that singular experience.
Yo, that fit is nice. Okay, whatever Abba's wearing. Okay, is that a jacket? That's a vest. That vest is nice.
So today I wanted to talk to you guys about my least favorite parts of being a man. And I have also experienced life as a female for 19 years prior to that. This is a very lighthearted version. Of course, there's way more intense things to be like upset over, like being a man, or what's wrong with being a man, or what's wrong with men. Okay, so first thing is, because my ankle is now healed and I'm wanting to play soccer again, it's like, I didn't even think about this. I would have to play on an all men's team. And now thinking of going to play soccer, I'm like, oh sweet, I can go play soccer now. And then my heart kind of sank. I was like, oh God. Because not only do I not bond with them as well, but also,
they're super freaking aggressive.
they're aggressive. And
As far as I'm concerned, I have several. I think I have at least one female to male transition in my audience, okay? And I can say for sure that it might be a little awkward at first to bond with guys who are biologically male because you're not really like socially conditioned that way. But eventually you get used to it. All right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, okay? That person that I'm referring to is like now socially acclimated, okay? Let's just put it like that.
I don't know how you use that like fast forward voice filter, and it sounded more masculine. But... yes.
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 Absolutely.
100%. And that's going to be a lot of sports that you're going to play. They're going to be like that.
All sports, to be honest.
second thing is bathrooms, because ew, I've covered this in another video, but just disgusting. There's like people groaning, there's pee, shit everywhere.
groaning?
I'm not.
Oh, they use shit? Yeah, well, you know, you eat more, so you have a huge log. But I never heard really people groaning.
I've definitely...
I will say, okay, female bathrooms are so much more cleaner, okay? Like I'm sorry, it's not even like comparable. Like it's just the fact. All right, it's just so much cleaner, so much everything. Okay, it's just better.
I heard it, you know. I know because I do it
Everything's
sometimes.
clean as fuck.
You've never...
True, they are not. What, female bathrooms? Yeah, they're much cleaner than male bathrooms.
been holding it in for a hot minute, you get there and you're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, but that's not groaning. That's just moaning. It's different.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. But yes. But that's about... I'm sure ladies probably do that shit too. Probably been holding it in, they run.
No, I don't think they yeah.
The whoa. What? Nah, you made it weird. That's a crazy noise.
I don't think they do that in the bathroom, but...
And what did he say? He said the piss and the shit everywhere. Sir, we all know women's bathrooms are worse.
No,
Don't play
sorry.
with me.
Don't play with me.
Yeah, you've seen bathrooms. You've had to clean some.
I clean some.
Yeah.
I clean some y'all girls. Yo!
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's acting like this transition. All of a sudden, he's seeing piss and shit now.
They just go pee and it just... everywhere.
That guy sounds like Niagara Falls. All right, let's go.
It looks like it!
Another thing to think about with the bathroom is something I did not ever think about before experiencing this, is when you have to use the restroom, because I haven't had bottom surgery, I have to use a stall. Now, there is usually one stall in the guy's bathroom, maybe two if you're lucky, maybe three if you're like, have outstanding luck.
This is absolutely true. And sometimes there's a lineup for that one stall. So I can't be bothered, and I just go to the women's bathroom. I've definitely done that.
Is anybody else a chaotic agent and they just like, if you have a bunch of empty stalls and there's like one person using the stall, you just like use a stall that's right next to them? Anyone else do that on purpose to make them feel uncomfortable? No? Just me in the past? Okay.
I'm just taking a shit there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm waiting that fucking...
That's a
40 minutes
joke!
when there's,
A
like,
joke!
10 dudes lined up,
Okay,
and there's
Jesus.
nobody lined up for the women's bathroom. Like, no, I'm not waiting. I got other shit to do. I'm using this bathroom.
Well,
and
you
it's
don't have
and
other,
it's also
you
a
don't have,
stall.
You don't have other shit to do. You have that shit to do.
Yeah. I'm just going to the stall and getting... I'm not making no eye contact. I don't care. I'm moving on. But...
I'm just waiting.
Yeah, you got time. I don't. Or I've used the handicap bathroom.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, okay, so it's okay to not wait by using the handicapped bathroom, but you understand the handicapped people are more in need?
Yes, but there's way more women than handicapped people.
So the handicapped person, you understand, they need that bathroom way more?
Yeah, but I'm gonna clean it right after, so it's gonna be all good. Yo, you know, me motherfuckers use bathrooms, they don't clean it.
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes
gonna clean that shit for you.
sometimes I pretend my legs don't work and then I use a little bar on the side and go, ugh.
No, I go in there and it happened that there was an handicapped person outside. There was, yeah, you doing the jerk. You doing the bad.
Oh, sir, you need this place? Sorry.
No, I got out and he was there looking at me. I was just, yeah, I don't.
You a jerk.
I clean.
You a jerk. Sorry.
You a jerk. I know. You a jerk. I know.
You a jerk.
Wah, wah,
Alright.
wah, wah. And there was an handicapped person right there, and he was looking at me, angry. I'm like, yo, I cleaned that shit for you. It was like, oh yeah. And I walked in. I'm like, yeah, look, so clean. That person was happy.
Yeah. You know what you could hit him with?
What?
I'm a veteran. Him one of those. Not true, but it doesn't matter. I think stolen valor is only okay in bathrooms.
God damn.
I think even vets are, yeah, man, we all gotta take shits. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but he took shits in the trenches.
Can't use my bathroom? Oh, thank you for your service. All right, I'm being stupid. Let's keep watching.
And when guys are using the stall, what are they doing? They're shitting. Meaning they'll take forever, because I don't know what guys do, but they literally will poop for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
I have seen poop in the urinals before, okay? I don't know what kind of psycho you have to be to do something like that. But
That's normally like, you definitely do this sometimes when you're in a relationship. Sometimes you just need a break. You know what I mean? And so,
At home, you poop for 20 minutes. In the stalls, I'm not trying to fucking stay there with everybody else's fumes.
okay, here's the real answer. Okay, forget about first answer. This is the real answer. Okay?
That's not the real answer.
The real answer is this. It feels good. It just does.
That's the real answer.
That's the real answer. It feels good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like rushing it. I don't I don't like.
phones have messed up everything, okay? It's because of phones, all right? People just want to sit on their ass, all right? And just use the phone, okay? That's all it is. Also, yeah, epic pause. That's true.
I'm not doing all that, right? So
I just sound like a fucking
giving birth. Push. I'm not doing that.
Nah, you sound like a curling motherfucker.
Shout out to curling people, man. They make shit so intense. Now, with that being said, coconuts in Barbados.
Unloading feels like, yo,
Yeah, because you just.
y'all motherfuckers do Pilates and you got matcha lattes. We take dumps.
Yeah. It's like, you guys ever been in your bathroom and there's just a little bit overflowing and like the water just doesn't sink really well? But you ever just taking some shit and just and the flow starts? Don't you feel good when you see the water flowing through the pipes?
Sure.
Pause. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm trying to say.
So when you have to pee really bad, you can't just like run to a urinal. This is one of my least favorite things that I think is also kind of funny because it's a weird problem to have. But when
We had newspaper magazines before phones. I remember reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, okay? When I was in the stall. Yeah. Dude, why the fuck do I feel so depressed? Okay, dude, what the fuck? Dude, there's like this random feeling of depression for no reason, okay? It just happens out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck? Why?
I have to
Why does
pee,
it happen?
sometimes I can't, or I have to wait 25 minutes just to pee because there's only one stall and a dude is in there like blowing it up. And besides it being gross,
I'll be honest with you, if that's me, I ain't going to pee. I'll just go somewhere else and I'll hold it in. Maybe because I got decent bladder control. I don't know what it is. The idea of going in to use the bathroom to pee or whatever after a dude just shattered it is unacceptable to me. I mean, I might as well be fucking cuddling with his fumes. You understand? I'm not.
I don't want
Why-
to be surrounded
Yeah.
and embraced by the fumes of inside of your butt.
Yeah. No. Actually, forget it. Forget what I just said. Forget the fumes.
Particles of doo-doo pops.
Forget the fumes. I don't even care about the fumes. For me, it's just the heat.
Oh,
Ooh, you ever come in and you could just feel their room temperature
Yes.
just remanating onto the
And it's
seat,
really just
and
in
the
the
moisture of
stall.
his skin on the fucking. Ooh. First off, you gotta wipe that.
Dude, I didn't know this entire video was gonna be about poop. Dude, I thought the video was gonna be like the fucking female to male experience or some shit. What the fuck? Why? Okay, whatever.
laying down, you even thinking about it, but just knowing the heat was there. Hey, listen, I don't want any man to heat me up.
To heat you up?
Guys, maybe we bonding right now. Let me know if y'all understand what I'm talking about.
Maybe not.
Another thing is experiences with waiters, and this extends itself to like coworkers or like anyone, I guess your first meeting at social gatherings, but it's like waiters specifically. If you really pay attention now to how people treat the guys at your table and then the girls at your table when they're waiting on you, it's so drastically different. But in my experience, when waiters would come up to us, when I was a female, you know, they're very polite and they're like, hi, what can I get you guys? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, sounds good, blah, blah, blah. And very polite like that. And then literally now that I'm a guy, they'll turn to me and was like,
what's up, bud? What you need?
Because that's what we with. I don't want someone to be like,
Wait, what the fuck? Okay, that was actually a passing guy voice. Okay, what? Do whatever you did right there, but more. Okay, what the fuck?
how you doing today? Oh my God, your jacket is looking really spiffy today. All right. Yeah. No, I wonder what's up, dude. Hey, what up, man? You good? I'm good. Cool.
Yeah,
what you want? I'm gonna have a beer.
See, I didn't know where this was going because I'll be honest with you, I didn't know they treated the women like substantially better. So I thought that's where he was going with this. But he's just saying it's just different.
You know what the thing is?
What?
They don't.
I don't think they do.
They don't. No. It's just that
because we got the money, so we paying the tips.
Yes, we pay the tips. Yeah, sure. So
that's why I'm like, there's no way you treat us worse.
The thing is that it's not that they treat us worse, is they treat us different. He would say differently in the negative sense, but it's really just according to what most men want.
True.
It's not that bad. It's just that what you've experienced, you maybe.
But I feel like men would also get the whole like, I don't know, like the entire thing where it's like, but what do you want? Like they would also like it, no? Like you don't want to be treated like trash anyway, no? Like, I mean, they're not being treated like trash. It's like you want to get to the point, right? Like, what the fuck? You came here for food, right? Okay, you're gonna get your food.
Have nostalgia about that, and I understand that because and that's what you're used to. But we want that. Hey, what up, bud? You good? We're gonna get you a beer. All right, coming right up. To me, that interaction was as polite as, "Hey, lady, how you doing? You good? Yes, all right. So, what would you like?" To me, is the same interaction. It's just there was a female version and a male version, but it's the same. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
it's like so informal, like they don't give a fuck, and they'll just like, I've had a couple waiters be like, all right, bud, poof, slap me on the back, and it's not like a gentle little thing like they do if you're a female.
Wait, what the fuck? Okay, wait, hold on. No, I don't think I've ever received that ever before. What? What do you mean the waiter slapped you on the back? Wait, what? This is not a thing. Is it? A waiter slapping you on the back? What?
It's like a
like as a guy? I ain't ever seen that, okay? Nor have I heard of it, okay?
Fucking 5-star slap on your back, and I'm like, I don't like how.
No, that's not a thing with place you going to. Well, yeah, but which place would be like that? What the fuck? What?
How little guys pay attention to you. You just really notice, I guess, what girls already know, but I wasn't as particularly aware of that, of this happening because I already was kind of like a guy when I was a female and a tomboy. I was just like in my own field. But it's like any social gathering, there's like, sup dude, and they shake your hand and walk off. It just feels rude, I guess, a lot of the time, and it's just strange to me because I don't care what gender you are. I'm still like a polite person that's interested in getting to know who you are, especially at a social gathering.
She signed up to be a man, but she's getting the experience of a man, and she's like, well, I want the experience of a woman.
But it's really
socially.
It's really just the I think it's really much more like the experience that person was used with.
Yeah.
That person.
It's like what no, but like they're talking about a waiter, no? Like a waiter. Like a stranger
was used to another experience.
Look, if I show up at my local because I have shown up before at my local fucking like Mexican family restaurant, right? Where everyone is being friendly and shit, right? But like it's kind of more understandable if they did something like that. I think that would be fine because we know each other, right? It's fine. So it's like, yeah,
Experience and
what am I
the
supposed to
experience
say?
that you have, you think is just a net neutral. You don't necessarily think that there's that much of a difference between men and women. And then that person, from what I
really
understand, that person
isn't.
is saying, right? They didn't get the difference between where we live and where women live, right? And now that they really see the differences, what they thought was normal and a normality is not. We see it as like it's just man. Because I've lived through this experience with this experience. I've been living through that all my whole life, and I'm like, yeah, that's normal. I don't think it's impolite. I just think it's according to what we are used to when what we're doing as men. So I can understand that it can be like a bit jarring for that person to be like, oh shit, it's impolite. I don't think it is. You're not used to it, but I don't think it is.
Along that same note, I hate the weird locker room talk. It's like this weird guy code thing of like, you know, since we're dudes, we know how to talk to each other. And I'm like, little do you know, my friend, I am transgender. So no, I don't talk to you like that, and I don't even think the way they think.
But the way you present yourself, we don't know that. We think you like there's no.
Man, you want all the benefits of being a guy, but you want none of the cons of being a guy, dude. I mean, like, it's not even cons. Like, these aren't like real cons, except for the bathroom one, okay? Like, except for the bathroom one, it's not real cons, okay? Listen, I think that ever since I transitioned, okay, people in public have treated me differently. Multiple times I felt like I was being gaslit on whether or not I was being patronized, okay? But, you know, you got to take the cons with the pros, all right? You got to take both, all right? You can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay, whatever.
Different. So we're just gonna keep on going doing our thing. So we're gonna assume you know.
A lot of guys will just come up to me and be like, oh yeah, I see that chick over there, I see that big rack. And I'm like, no. Like, I don't know how to talk like them, I don't know how to think like them, because I just think it's gross and unnecessary. It's like, when I see a pretty girl, literally what goes through my head is like, holy crap, she is beautiful. I don't think like,
Look at that rack, look at that ass, yeah, I wanna...
You know, this kind of sounds like, I'm not like the other guys, okay? I like to intellectually stimulate my woman, okay?
Tap that, I can't wait to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying the same thing. Oh my God, she has beautiful titties. Just added a little extra.
I don't know any guys that actually randomly point out. It really, dude, it really depends on who you're hanging with, okay? Like, there are some... Dude, I'm sorry, but there are some guys that will do that, and there are some guys that won't, okay? Like, okay, I'm actually super curious, because you can't generalize like that, right? Because there are multiple groups of guys that are exactly like that, just like how there's multiple groups of guys who are not, right? So I don't even know, like... Because I have hung out with both groups of guys before. People who are chill, and people who are not chill, right? Like, fuck.
We're a little bit more specific about it. That's it. It's not that big of it. It's not that big of a difference. I don't know what the guy's acting. Also, this guy, I'm gonna be honest, the more you hear him speak, the more he sounds like he spends zero time around dudes themselves. Like, everything is like very shocking or surprised, or he doesn't really like used to it. And he's overemphasized. Like honestly, up until now, it makes it sound like the only time he spent time around guys is in a locker room of a sports team. And he's like, this is the male experience.
100%.
Come on, bro.
It's not really that.
That is not the... Yeah, like, I mean, there are totally guy friends who are just, like, being chilling. Like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just, like... Yeah, like... Wait, hold on. So this person's, like, 20 years old, right? Or something? Like, oh, wait, no. Like mid-20s? Like, that person seems to be mid-20s, like me, right? Similar age. But, like, dude... It's like... Oh, hey, the depressive feeling went away a little bit more. Okay, shit, yeah. I don't even know what, guys. I literally don't know what's going on, okay? Maybe it's... Listen, I don't have periods like regular women, okay? Like, fuck. What the fuck is happening, okay?
It is not really that.
It sounds like when you were a woman and then you transitioned and you kept the same friends that you had, which is fine, but it were like you were hanging out with girls and you haven't stopped that. And like you're saying, it's like you decided to play soccer and that's when you hang around the dudes. That's not always the case.
I would actually love a response to Ab and Preach's video, okay? Because Ab and Preach are both, like, they're huge YouTubers. I'm assuming that person is most likely a smaller YouTuber. In that case, then yeah, I would be curious as to know, like, what is your son? I mean, do you really hang around only like sports dudes? Yeah, of course. Sports dudes are like the most hyper masculine, like right-wing coded people. Like they just are. I'm sorry, right? But do you hang out with any guy friends who, you just like go to a restaurant with and you just chat with? They're like chill. Like they act just like girls. Okay, not in a bad way, okay? They act like I've hung out with both, okay? And I can say for sure there's no significant difference, okay? There's just none, all right? Society is progressive these days, okay?
That's not there's nuances. And yeah, you spend time. It sounds like you spend time with dudes just on specific occasions.
Yeah. I mean, even
Yeah.
the whole locker room thing. Like,
Yeah.
maybe y'all not aware of this. Most dudes have never spent time in the locker room, or they haven't since high school.
Fair.
The gym locker room don't even count because motherfuckers don't talk in that long.
No.
It's just old dudes balls swinging.
They go.
Everyone trying to survive.
They go about their business. They do their thing and they get out.
That's it. So I'm like, this whole locker room thing is a very specific set of experiences for people who've been part of teams. But again, most men have not.
Yeah.
I know there's surprising people. That's the truth. And if you ask dudes, like a lot of them have never been part of a sports team, or if they have, it was when they were in their pee-wee years. So it's like, but I don't know. I feel like when I see dudes, a lot of the times just spent more talking about nerd shit or politics or how they're right about things that they know nothing about.
Yeah, but that's the best part about dudes, right? Like, I feel like that's a good feature of men, no? Like, a good feature of men is the fact that sometimes they can be a little silly, right? Like, this is literally the definition of boys being boys, right? They will double down on a stupid hill over and over again because they will never give up that hill because their masculinity is at stake, right? Like, yeah, like, fuck, that's not a necessarily bad thing or, too much of a gender coded thing. I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, I mean, girls tend to be a little bit more reconciliatory. Yeah, that's just how things are,
But
Yeah.
this whole like, yo,
Same
look at her titties and look at her, right? Like, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. There's not rules like that. There certainly is.
Yeah.
But him making it sound like it's the male experience is just funny.
Being seen gay, I don't mind people being gay, obviously. I don't give a shit, like half of my family is within the LGBTQIA+.
Grooming victim, grooming victim, grooming. Okay, okay, stop.
Community. But being seen as gay when I'm not gay, here's the thing that bothers me.
He's like, listen, I'm not gay, and I don't mind being seen as gay. I'm really open, and I keep thinking, doesn't it look like there's a closet right behind him? And he just popped.
That's a fireplace, but fire!
Fire.
Bro, you have a gay voice. I don't know what to tell you, okay? I'm sorry, but female to male transitions, all right? Like, even if you pass, people are gonna think you're gay because you have the female cadence. Practice how to speak in monotone. It's not like, dude, just practice voice. Just because you're a female to male transition. This is a very niche, sorry guys, this is a very niche thing, okay? I know, like, this transition stuff is very niche. But like, dude, just practice speaking. Oh my god. All right, because I feel like female to male transition people are lazy, okay? Or not, they're not lazy, okay? But I'm just saying they're not willing to practice voice training as much because they think that testosterone will do all the work. All right, they just automatically assume because testosterone does all the work, oh, I don't have to do anything. All right, brother, start practicing speaking like this. Yeah, right. So I'm trying to do as little emotion as I possibly could, while having a lower pitch, blah, 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 right? And then, all right, if you're doing male to female transition, practice speaking with a more dynamic tone, right? Just like how I am doing all the fucking time. But anyway, yeah.
Upon them.
No, the thing is, there's still some mannerism. It's like, listen, people see me as gay, so chill. Yeah. It's fine. You're not. Just keep it pushing.
I'll say the whole male spectrum of like different ways of mannerisms from different countries.
Brother, I'm just gonna say this right now, okay? If I see a guy twirling in the corner in a tutu, all right, like in high school when I saw like the clearly gay kid doing clearly gay things, I'm gonna assume they're gay. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, like that's literally it. Okay.
Dudes who hold hands. I've seen a lot. Your mannerisms are very much still very female.
Yes.
Nothing about the way you talk, the way
Yes.
lingo you use. And it's nothing bad. I'm just saying you stand out so much. It's not abnormal for men to think like you're probably gay.
And that's fine. You're still gonna be gendered correctly. They just think you're gay. Okay.
Because none of your mannerisms reflect what men do or say at all. Not talking about your look. Your look, like if you just kept your mouth shut and you didn't move your hands and do this shit, nobody.
Yikes, getting clocked, dude. It's over. Getting clocked by ABBA and Preach. All right. But I mean, they're kind of telling the truth, okay? Yeah, I agree with them.
would think that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but I agree with them. Okay.
Go ahead.
Come on. And the thing is, like, I understand why people think that. I'm not. I keep pushing. I'm
Respectfully,
like, yeah, you
okay?
think it's fine.
Respectfully.
But there's certain things, there's mannerism people are gonna think that.
Yeah.
If I walk in the street, look, walk number 1. Okay? Walk number 2. They gonna think something on walk number 2.
What about walk number 3? sorry.
What about the walk number 4? Boom, 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 boom.
Now, bitch, what do you think I am?
You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you have certain mannerism, of course people are gonna think some things in some ways of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you elongate your words, it's
This shit funny.
I feel so bad for like even finding this funny, dude. They are absolutely clocking. Holy shit. They're clocking, but I think it's with love, okay? It's clocking, but it's with love. All right?
Okay.
if you talk and you dim your lights, you know what I mean? That's me walking, looking straight. And if you dim your lights and then you elongate your words, there's a possibility that people will think a certain way about you. Yeah.
When you are a female, like other females, but internally you're a male, those females are seeing you as a lesbian. And if they're not a lesbian, they're not interested in you. So when you feel like a man, that's annoying because you're like, oh, I'm not a lesbian, you know, and they're seeing me as that. And so I get excited when I transition.
So there is a member of my audience who has been openly so Dontron is female to male, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, this person speaks exactly like a southerner farmer person who is clearly a guy, okay? So you just need to practice, all right? Because if I wasn't told that, I probably was close to not telling or whatever the fuck, okay? But I'm just saying, it's within the realm of just practice, okay? Just don't be lazy. That's it. Okay, yeah, geez.
And I am now a man, you know, physically a man with hormones and everything. And then because of my, I don't know, I think it's just my humor and the way I talk and I joke around and I'm pretty open and outgoing. And
Bitch, I would think that you are a gay man, okay? 100%, okay? Like, I wouldn't go as far to assume that you're, like, female to male transgender, but I would 100% think that you're a gay man, okay? I'm sorry. Like, yeah, fuck, you know? Flamboyant, okay? You're flamboyant! Alright? You're flamboyant. You're flamboyant, okay?
and I don't know why, but everyone that meets me thinks I'm gay.
Then that means there's something there. There's mannerism. That's what it means. If everyone, then that means that you present yourself as such.
It also means that your kind of transition is like not necessarily the exception, but the only visible exception that people are used to. I mean, there may be a lot of people who are passing that a lot of us can't tell, right? So maybe it's more common than we realize. But when we think of trans people, we don't imagine you necessarily, right? And so as a result, people see you, and the first thing that they think that's probably more common to them is like, oh, this person's probably gay, because a lot of the stuff that he's doing is more commonly traditionally there. So that's it. So I wouldn't take it so much as an insult. If you're being honest with yourself, your voice
not an
alone is
insult.
going to be somewhat of a thing that people are going to tune in on.
I think it took me a while, but I think I've been far more understanding to other people misgendering me for whatever reason, okay? Or anything else. Anything else, get it? But yeah, like I would say like over time I've become more understanding. Like at first my anxiety brings like, oh my God, are they like maliciously doing things? But I think the only time in which it was actually malicious was when I was delivering the mail, right? And then there was this guy in a truck and who drove by me and then literally went like, he. He was like, guy. I was like, that was so fucking random.
So yeah.
What the
And then
fuck?
my close
Yeah.
friends are always like, what?
That was funny though.
People think you're gay? That's so weird. And I'm like, I know. Going back to that
Dude, that person was like going he as if like he watched Chud Logic or some shit. It's
being
crazy.
seen as a lesbian, then I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna be seen as a male finally. You know, like the world is gonna see me how I feel, and it'll be more matching up with those
You need to do
females
more.
that I
That's
liked.
fine.
And then, well, now that I'm a guy and with the same traits I had, I'm not gonna change myself, but because of that, now those
Maybe that same guy is the guy who is the one who yelled at me, calling me an ugly bitch in high school from his truck. In high school? Man, that's rough. Okay, that's a life-altering experience. All right, if it's in high school, that sucks though.
same girls
Should Logic
see me as
Memento,
gay.
yeah.
So no matter what gender I appear to them, I am gay, and therefore they wouldn't want to be with me.
Look, we all know all gay people are girls. Okay, I just want to say that all gay people are girl. Okay, no, stop. Okay,
And I'm like, God damn it.
That's my high school.
You said you wanted to be a male, which is fine. You know, you definitely present as one now.
Yeah.
But gay men are also males. Just saying, you know, the male experience is varied.
It's a
People are
spectrum.
locking in, you know, you're like, okay, you might be gay.
That was my high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was like,
You are of the homosexual variety, okay? All right. Wintermute, as far as I'm concerned, in the server, that person is 100% a girl, okay? I treat them like a girl. This person has the same hormonal aspects of a girl, okay? Acts out like a girl, okay? I'm just being very plain, okay?
ooh, that girl look good. Gay. All right, fuck. Shit.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's just other people calling me gay.
And now I do it as an adult. My little piece of shit moment.
Touche, bitch.
So anyway, those are like the weird little lighthearted things that
See, do you notice? Anyway, these are like the lighthearted things. These are the little things that I have to experience in my day-to-day life. Yeah, of course, you're speaking like a girl. Yes, of course, people are gonna think you're either gay or transgender. Yes.
I've come up with throughout my experience being a man for the last 4 years and noticing these like slight different changes.
Did you see it?
One slight different changes.
Excuse me? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being mean, okay? Sorry. Okay, fuck, I'm being mean to my own people, okay.
Yeah. It's like,
I
feel like a
forgive
man,
myself.
and
I
then
forgive
all of a
myself.
sudden she's like covering her titties.
Slight dissension.
Or he's covering her titties. Like, it's just, your body language, a lot of things that you're doing, again, is still...
But understandably, like you've been a woman more than a man, so it's normal that certain mannerism.
Yeah.
I don't know if like it's right to say that it's gonna take some time or it's just you. I don't know.
Well, he said it right. He said, I don't want to change any aspects of me in terms of that one. It's like, okay, well, you understand that being a man isn't just about how you present physically, but also certain personality traits that are more commonly seen. Certain, you know, stereotypes that are just true.
It's a skill issue, yeah. And well, I mean, lucky for this person, like they still seem young. You have your whole life ahead of you to, you know, get used to becoming a man, right? Like it's not like you're still young, clearly. All right, like fuck.
In regards to behavioral patterns.
Also, by the way, that person is really lucky. Like the fact that you can grow that much facial hair, that is pure luck. Okay, I'm sorry. Good job. Okay, because a lot of people who transition to being a guy do have a lot of trouble growing facial hair. A lot of trouble. The fact that you can even grow that much facial hair is crazy to me. Okay? Yeah, is like not even cis guys, not even some cis guys could grow that much facial hair. So, you know, you should be glad with what you have too, right?
100%.
You know? Yeah. Welcome to
Probably had facial hair as a woman. I mean, but then they would then just be lucky, right? I mean, fuck it.
the experience. Hope you enjoy it. Sounds like they were just talking about the worst parts, but there's probably a lot of positives
His
too.
points were valid. This is valid points. I can understand like with the transition, like it can feel that way. But yeah, it's some of the things that you were saying. I don't feel it was disrespect, but you're not used to it. Anyways, I don't see it as disrespect when it happens to me.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you guys like this video, leave some comments below. There's a part about the best parts of being a man. And so we might cover that one if you guys really dig it. But that's about it. And that's it.
I mean, you have to, right? Like, I mean, this was entertaining. I really like this video, actually, Loki.